First of all, man, I think you, Sydney, are phenomenal leaders. And what you all are doing is not only impacting people here in the United States, but literally all over the world. And you all are changing people's lives by changing what they thought was possible. So I'm so grateful that we were able to connect. Like you said, well over a year ago, I met you and Brittany Jack in the hotel in Atlanta, and we talked about what could be. And I'm so grateful for those moments that's led up to now and me being a part of this amazing company. So kudos to you all. Can we just drop some fire in the chat real quick for Riyadh and Sydney? We have some of the most tremendous leaders on the planet and people who actually care. And that's what I love about them. A lot of people want you into their organization and they just see you as a dollar sign, but that's not the Jones family. They are committed to seeing us grow and develop. And so I think that's amazing. Hey, before I jump into this goodness, I do want to just shout out my mentor, Brittany Jack. I mean, she is already a chairman 10 in my book. And I just want to honor her very quickly just for all of her love and support and everything that she's laid out. Y'all, I'm super excited that you are on here tonight. And this is what I can promise you. I can promise you this, that before we get off tonight, there's going to be some kind of nugget and some kind of value that's going to be added to your life. I guarantee you that. I want to start tonight by sharing something with you really quickly before I get into my notes. And this hit me as I was coming on, and I want you to really grab a hold of this. You do not get a 2020 pass. You do not get a 2020 pass. For a bunch of you who are on here today, 2020 has sucked in many ways. And we can just be real about it. There's a lot of parts of 2020 we were like, hey, I don't like that. I can't stand that. It was horrible. And we've used 2020 as almost an excuse of why we don't accomplish what it is that we're supposed to accomplish. You do not get a 2020 pass. Let me say this to you. Whatever the plan was in January of 2020, that's still the plan right now in December of 2020. And whatever the promise was, whatever you were believing for, whatever you were standing for, that same thing can still happen for you right now. And what's going to have to happen is faith, right? And I have a statement that I make all the time. Faith is not faith until you bust a move. I love what my favorite book ever written. And this is what it says about faith. It says faith without works is dead. That means if you don't move forward and if you don't have actions to it, your faith is not faith at all. You can stand in hope, but the only way that you're going to experience faith is that you actually have forward motion and that you're moving forward. And so this is what I believe, and I want you to add your faith with my faith. I believe that what's yours is yours, and you're going to have it because you're going to add the action in, and you're going to get it done. If you're ready to get it done all the way, I want you just to drop into the chat real quick, get it done. No more excuses, nothing else, no more excuses at all. We're getting it done. We're making it happen. No one's going to stop us from being who we need to be, from getting where we need to get. We're going to, without a doubt, get it done. Hey, I want to talk to you tonight about momentum because momentum is everything. And one of the things that you got to know about momentum is that momentum is a force, right? Momentum is a force. It's a movement. And the thing about momentum is that it's a constant movement. It's not something that just happens at one point in time, but it's a constant movement. And I believe that you are supposed to experience momentum in your life. But you've got to get into momentum and then also to experience it and keep it going. That force by which you move from one moment to the next moment is how you're going to be able to get and build momentum. It's the force by which you move from one moment to the next moment is how you're going to get momentum happening in your life. And I believe this, that if you just sit and wait for things to happen, then you will never experience momentum. But momentum demands two things that I want you to write down tonight. Momentum demands tenacity and endurance. Tenacity and endurance. If you're going to have momentum, you've got to have tenacity. You have to have such a made up mind that I'm going to keep forward. I'm going to keep doing what I got to do, no matter what it looks like, no matter what anyone else's opinion about, no matter who's done it before and who's never done it before, because you are what we're calling tonight a pioneer. the things that you're supposed to accomplish in your life, no one has ever done it before. And even if they've done something like what you've done, they can never do it like you do it. Here's the truth about you from a natural perspective. You have a voice print that's very different from anybody else's voice print. You have a fingerprint that's different from anybody else's fingerprint. Literally, if you doing it and if you're getting it done, there's nothing else, no one else that can do what you've been designed to do like you do. You can be one of the greatest writers, right? And then you might know somebody else that writes on the same topic that you are writing on. Those people will never compare to you. Why? Because you're the only person that can do it the way you've been designed to do it. When you know that, then you press into that thing and you never allow all of the fight that you've experienced and all of the aggression that you've experienced that's come against what you've been designed to do, you won't let it stop you. You've got to have tenacity. And you've got to be willing that as you go through this journey, no matter what anybody has to say about it, because here's the truth. A lot of people who have the opinions about what you should do and what you shouldn't do are individuals who do nothing. In fact, they just do nothing. You cannot be moved by a bunch of do nothing people. You don't take advice from a woman who can't keep a man. Is this thing on? Right? If you're getting relationship advice, you don't talk to nobody who can't keep a man. How do I keep my man? They don't know. Right? You don't talk to them about that. You don't go talk to somebody, no shade, but you don't go talk to someone who's a renter about buying a home. You don't talk to a renter about buying a home. Why? They don't have the experience and they don't have the wherewithal to give you the knowledge on how to get this thing done. Listen, if I do not want your results, right? You know this, then I don't need your advice. I don't need your information. I don't need anything that you're saying to my life. And I'm not going to allow opinions to run me. Because when people are not walking in success, and when people are not seeing what it is that they're supposed to be and what they're supposed to live out, they enjoy having other people around them who live in loser town. But at the end of the day, friends, you are designed to be a winner. You are designed to be a winner. And you are supposed to win every single day, but that winning begins with the mindset that every time that you wake up in the morning, you make a decision that I'm going to win no matter what, and nothing's going to stop me. Nothing even has the ability to slow me down from winning at the level that I'm supposed to win. And I'm getting ahead of myself, but one of the first things that you got to do in order to press into that tenacity, man, you got to win the war of your words. You got to win the war of your words. You got to understand, we know this already. Listen, the God that made you, he made this entire world voice activated. This entire world was voice activated. When the world was created, what happened immediately? It was created by what somebody says. By what somebody says. And here's the truth. There is words that are flying in and around you. You've heard the word no over and over and over and over and over again. You heard the word no over and over again. When you were a kid, somebody smack your hand, don't touch that. You've been hearing the word no, but here's the truth. What if you grab the hold of the understanding of yes? And this is what I want to say to you. There are more yeses connected to your life than there is no's. Listen, the enemy of your destiny and your soul wants you to believe no more than you believe yes. Because if you end up living in that space of no, then it's going to affect your belief system all day long. But what if you begin to live in a yes? That my answer for whatever I'm supposed to do, wherever I'm supposed to be, wherever I'm supposed to land, is going to be yes. Yes is my word. And here's the truth. Even in this kind of business that we are in, we already know. Yes is the answer. You can't get tripped up about who says no, who's not interested, who doesn't want to win, because there are a bunch of yeses waiting on you. Can I say that to you tonight? There's a bunch of yeses waiting on you to keep being tenacious, to keep being the kind of individual that says you will not stop me. Here's the second thing you got to have. If you want to see real momentum, you've got to have, listen to me, you've got to experience endurance. Endurance. Your endurance. You've got to be hard as a rock. You got to be hard as a rock, right? You got to be hard as a rock. What's going to happen as far as endurance, I want you to begin to think about your life. Again, the greatest book ever written. This is what it says in this particular book. It talks about a man who built his house on a rock, and then it talks about a man who built his house on sand. Talks about a man that built his house on a rock, talked about a man that built his house on sand. And it begins to talk about the man who built his house on the rock. And it says, because he built his house on the rock, whatever waves came, whatever storms came, his house was not moved by anything that came towards it. His house was able to endure because why? It was built on the rock. For the sake of our little talk tonight, let's call the rock truth. Let's call the rock truth. Whatever the truth is about what you're supposed to be, whatever you're supposed to accomplish, whatever's supposed to get down, your house must be built on that truth. What is rock? What is sand rather? Sand is fragmented rock or fragmented truth. Let me say it to you like this. Your enemy, the enemy of your destiny, wants you to build your house on half-truths. On half-truths. Because he doesn't want you to fulfill what you've been designed to do. So he doesn't care that if you have a little bit of truth in there. He doesn't care if you have just a piece of truth. No. He's okay with that. But the day that you decide that my house is going to be built on the rock, my house is going to be built on the rock. I want you to put this in the chat real quick. My house is going to be built on grown folks' truth. Come on, type that in there. This is real truth. My house is going to be built on grown folks' truth, real truth, full body truth. I'm not going to be moving into anything else, but I'm going to accomplish what it is that I've been designed to accomplish. I will have it. Why? I'm going to have tenacity, and without a doubt, I'm going to endure. You've been made to endure. And if you get that into your mind, then you won't believe anything else. You won't believe anything else. Because every piece of adversity that you've experienced, every amount of fight that you've had has all been about your building process. It's all been about your building process. And because you've been being built to win, you've got to live that out and not let anything else take you from it at all. You've been made to win. And momentum is yours. But you've got to stay consistent to be able to move from one moment to the next moment with force. You got to make a decision. I will never quit. Can I tell you that's how you're going to make money in this industry? Whether you're just trading, which is amazing, whether you're trading and you're building, whether you're just building, wherever you are in this business, let me tell you, the key is that you refuse to quit. Can I tell you there's other people that have quit, other people that think that they find the shinier opportunity? But listen, I refuse to have to start over again. I am in a journey of winning. There are things that I've been gaining, and I'm not going to slow down my momentum because something looks shinier over there, that the grass looks greener over there. I refuse to. I'm going to keep my eyes focused on what it is that I'm supposed to accomplish, and I'm going to get to that particular place. I refuse to give up no matter what. But let's talk about this. There's a lot of noise in your head. There's a lot of noise in your head. There are thoughts that are coming in your head on a constant basis. If you would like to be honest about it, you are being hit with all kinds of things. Some of us are being haunted by our past and what we didn't accomplish before and what didn't happen before, if you be honest about it. Some of us on here, we're fighting through relational issues. We're fighting through things where, hey, we're trying to grow in our family, or we've lost loved ones. We're experiencing all kinds of things. And there's all kinds of thoughts that are coming towards your mind to convince you that you cannot be who you've been designed to be. But I want to tell you something very clearly tonight. You have been designed to win. You've been designed to win. And here's the thing about it. Hear me. You are not regular. You are not normal. Let me say it like this. You are not just another human. You are not just another human. How are you going to embrace momentum? Because I'm not just another human. We say it in this community on a regular basis. We're supernatural, but that's real. Listen, before you were ever in your mother's womb, can I tell you something? You were created out of a whole nother realm. I don't even come from this place. What are you talking about? I'm just here. I'm here operating in this space, but I don't come from this space. I'm without a doubt supernatural. And it's something that I have working in my life that I want to drop on you because you got it working in your life. It's called grace. And I want to explain to you what grace is. Grace, let's define grace. It's supernatural ability to do a thing. It's the supernatural ability to do a thing. I am not normal. That's why I don't get regular results. Wherever I step in, it has to respond to the supernatural ability I have locked inside of me. So when I look at the charts, I don't look at the charts like some basic person. When I'm building a business, I'm not building business like I'm basic. I'm supernatural. And so everything that belongs to me comes to me because I'm not operating out of human ability. I'm a superhuman. One of my most favorite things is that I love without a doubt watching stuff about superheroes. I love watching stuff about people with powers and people that have these abilities, because the truth is I got them. I got them. My kids say it. My son, I have a 2-year-old. I have 9-year-old girl boy twins. I have a 13-year-old. And I'm telling you, my house is rocking on a regular basis. But one of the things that my 2-year-old says to me almost every day, he says, "Daddy, I'm a superhero." And I'm like, doggone it, you're right. You were not created. Teaching my 2-year-old that right now, because when my 2-year-old is my age and he's 39, he's going to remember that his dad told him every day he was superhuman. There was nothing that could defy what he was destined to do. Whatever he was made to do, he could accomplish it. Why are you listening to lies? Why are you listening to stuff trying to tell you that you're not who you've been designed to be? Here's the facts. You don't even really fully understand yourself yet. You are on the journey of learning who and what you've been developed to be. And if you start only looking at your life through the lens of what you've always been, you'll find yourself stuck somewhere. But you've got to go on a journey, listen to me, of going back to the manufacturer and finding out what you were created for. You can't even make that decision because you're dealing with all kinds of stuff that's operating in your soul. What's your soul? It's the seat of your mind, your will, and your emotions. There's all kinds of things that's been trying to jack your soul up, jack your thinking up, jack your mindset up. And so here you are looking at yourself and you're trying to pull yourself into the wrong version of yourself. Why did some of us not really win in 2020? Because you came in 2020 being 2019 you. Why didn't you run the race the way that you needed to run it? Because you're looking at yourself wrong. You're not what you did in 99. You're not what you did. You're not what you did last year. There's something different about you. And that grace, that supernatural ability that you carry will help push you to where you need to be. Momentum is yours. You're about to win. That's what I believe. And that you're going to win big. Do you understand that there's so many people in this opportunity who have stories like yours? You're not alone. You can't feel like you have the only set of circumstances like what you have. There's a bunch of people who have something that they could sit somewhere and say, because of this, that's why I'm not where I'm supposed to be. You got to make a decision that at the end of the day, I will accomplish everything I'm designed to accomplish and nothing will stop me. I want to drop this on you. You got the power to tell negative thoughts to go to hell. You have the power to tell negative thoughts to go to hell. Every imagination and every high thing that exalts itself against God's plan for your life, doggone it, tell it to go to hell. As a matter of fact, I want you to drop in the chat real quick, go to hell. Just drop it in there right now. Drop it in the chat. Everybody, if you own here, participate, do it now. Drop it in the chat real quick. Go to hell. Tell every negative thought, I can't do that. Go to hell. Go to hell. Only the special people can really learn the charts. Go to hell. I can't build a business. I don't really know nobody. Go to hell. All of it, tell it to go to hell because you've been designed. Every single negative thought has to go back from where it came from, and you got to embrace who the heck you are. You're supernatural. Woo! There's something so powerful about you. There's something so powerful about you. I'm telling you, and the things that you're about to get done, people are going to look back at you and be like, what happened? What happened? That's not the man I knew. That's not the woman I knew, because you pressed into momentum. I want to give you some things. How do you handle momentum? You're going to get momentum by properly managing your moments. Remember, momentum is gained by the force that you move from one moment to the next moment. And so you've got to have proper management of your moments. And here's one of the first things you got to do in order to properly manage the moment you're in. You've got to understand the kind of moment that you're in, right? You got to understand what kind of moment you're in. I want to push you into the place of being self-aware. We're talking about holistic wealth now. I believe in wealth over money. I believe in that. Now, don't get me wrong. I like a dollar. Don't get it confused. Me and money, we have a great relationship. I like money a lot, a lot, a lot. Okay. But here's what I understand, that it can't just be about money, that it has to be holistic health. It has to be holistic health. And what am I talking about? Holistic wealth, is holistic health. That means mind, body, and spirit, right? That's going to affect everything that I do. If I'm not healthy holistically, I'm not experiencing wealth. I'm not experiencing wealth. People have stacks and stacks of money, but are jacked up in their soul. So they don't even know how to function. Money is a tool. Did you hear me? Money is a tool. So if you're just chasing to get the dollar and that's all that you're focused about, that's all you're trying to do. Can I say this? That's why some of us right now, we're not winning right on the charts. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because you're greedy. Yep. It's because you're going after the dollar rather than what the dollar could be used for. The money is a tool to get you somewhere. And when you're being driven by greed in order to get there, you won't accomplish it. You've been given this money because there's something you're supposed to do with it. Freely you have received, freely you give. Like what's coming into your life is supposed to press you into another level of generosity. Are y'all still there? Hey, whatever you're supposed to be given is supposed to be given to you so that you can help change some lives. This is not about stacking coins in your bank account. Why? Because you'll never experience the highest rated level of what you're supposed to become. We look at Oprah. We look at Tyler Perry. We look at David Emanite. We look at these individuals who are making crazy, crazy money, who are also focused on how much can I give? How many people can I help? How many people can I take to the next level by what I have in my hand? What kind of moment are you in right now? Meaning, what's the condition of your soul? Are you self-aware? Have you gone on a journey to make sure you're healthy holistically so that you can use money as the resource that it is and not just push into that just to get it? Are you self-aware? What's happening with you? What kind of healing do you need right now? What kind of stuff has been ravishing you that you have just been kind of stepping over and making a decision that I'm good, right? I feel like there's a bunch of people that say that on a regular basis. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Here's the facts. You need to pay attention to the aspects that are not so good. And here's this. You've got to be okay with not being okay. You're like, I just joined this business to make money. No, not in I am. We came in this business to grow and develop and to become better. And you can't do that by ignoring the condition of what's happening here. You got to pay attention. What about these experiences where we just lock the door and throw away the key and don't want to touch these spaces in our life that brought us difficulties, and we don't want to look back there and deal with that stuff. But can I say this to you today? You got to deal with that. I want you to be whole as you make this money. I want you to be whole as you build this business. I want you to be whole as you win. And I want you to win in every area of your life. You got to understand what kind of moment you're in. If you want to properly manage the moment, you got to pay attention to what moment you're in, because the shirt says it all. There's freedom available to you. There's freedom available to you. And if freedom is available, here's one of my statements I make all the time: why be bound? If freedom is available, why be bound? If there's freedom, if I don't have to be stuck in that, if I don't have to be stuck in that cycle, man, there's people out here that are in jacked up relationships. You know you're better than that. You've lost your focus while you're in the midst of trying to win, and you can't keep going forward, and you can't keep doing what you need to do because you're off focus, paying attention to some man, some woman that's toxic to your life. Man, let all that go. It's time for you to win. You don't have time to be worrying about people that want to pull you down. Let these toxic relationships go. They're leeches, sucking all of your energy and sucking you dry from what you have. If freedom is available, doggone it, why be bound? Let's walk in freedom and let's experience it. But you got to pay attention to what's happening on the inside of you. Here's the next thing I want you to know, that if you want to properly manage the moment you're in, not only do you have to understand the moment you're in, here's the second thing: you got to honor the moment you're in. You got to honor the moment you're in. Can I say this to you? Let me explain to you about honor. Whatever you honor, you're going to get the most out of. Whatever you honor, whatever you properly honor, you're going to get the most out of it. Why? Honor gives you access. Honor gives you access to people. Honor gives you access to systems. Honor gives you access to all kinds of things. What you properly honor, let's give you another word for honor, value. What you properly value, you're going to get the most out of it. You're going to get the most out of it. Can I say this to you? You got to properly honor yourself. If you don't properly honor yourself, you're not going to get everything out of you that you're supposed to get out of. See, there's a value that you have to have. There's a value you have to have with this opportunity. Because if you don't honor this opportunity, if you don't see it as unique, if you think we're just in just another company, if you think we're just in just another opportunity, you think we're just in something else, then you're not going to get everything out of it. You got to honor the opportunity that's been given to you. The moment that you are in right now has to be properly honored so that you can get the most out of it. The most out of it. The most out of it. If you want to win without a doubt, in the moment that you're in, you've got to honor it. What's your honor game like? What's your honor game like? Let me say this. You won't get the most you can out of your mentors without honoring them. There's value that's available for your life, and there's things that they're supposed to add to you to take you to the next level. But you can't come treating your mentors like they're common. Yeah. Because it's the honor seeds that you sow that's going to cause for you to reap honor in your own life. And you can be common with whoever's walking with you to help you win and then expect other people that you're working with to honor you. I'm telling you, it's reciprocity, man. You got to make sure that you're sowing the seeds of honor. I'm not going to take this for common. I'm not going to take this call for common. Some of us, we don't honor moments. We get people on three-way calls that don't know jack about nothing. They haven't been exposed to jack. That's not honoring the moment. If I'm going to honor the moment, man, I'm going to make sure I'm ready. I'm ready to win on a regular basis. If I'm getting a three-way call, I'm telling you, when they get on the phone with my mentor, they've been exposed to something already. I've already edified my mentor. I'm ready to win in a big way. I'm honoring this moment. I'm not going to waste their time. That's a part of honoring. Are you honoring the moment you're in your life? Because if you honor it, you're going to get more out of it. Here's the third thing that I want to give you, and then I'm going to get out of your hair. You got to embrace the moment you're in. You got to embrace the moment you're in. Yeah. Can I tell you, some people in your life are like ushers. And I'm not talking about like mean ushers that you experience in like churches. I'm not talking about like angry white glove ushers. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people in your life are people who have been designed to usher you into a next level of life. Like there are people that come along your journey, like a Riyad Jones, who's an usher, that gives you value and information that helps shift you to the next place. And they help you to get into the spot of embracing that moment that you're in. Embrace it. When you embrace it, listen to me, when you embrace it, that means you're going to maximize it. When you embrace the moment, you're going to maximize it. It's like we are on, what's today's date? I don't know. It's December 21st, okay? It's December 21st. 2020 is not over. I need you to not get into a lazy mode of saying, I can't wait for J1 of 2021. Woo, I'm about to win in 2021. No. What if you made a decision that you're going to go crazy for the rest of this year? Don't talk to me talking about, oh, people don't really want opportunities right now. It's Christmas time. That's only because you believe that's the facts. One of the things that you'll grab a hold of when you know you're supernatural, you defy odds. So the odds might be, the truth may be right now, people are more interested in buying gifts. So the heck what? I want to say something else. So the heck what? I am going to get it done right now. Why? Because I'm supernatural. I have supernatural ability. And so I defy odds. And so what wouldn't usually happen, because I'm supernatural, I'm about to press in for the next 10 days, and I'm going to win so big that it's going to break records in our organization. I'm going to win so big for the next 10 days that people are going to be like, what just happened? But if you don't have the belief in play, to know that this can happen for you, that you can defy odds right now, then you'll just sit back in your coast, and then you'll try to press play. You'll try to press play in J1. But what if you made a decision right now? I'm going to embrace the moment, meaning I'm going to maximize the moment, and I'm going to get everything out of every single thing out of it that I'm supposed to get out of it. My belief for you is so high today. I see you winning beyond anything that anyone has ever done in your entire bloodline, because what I know about your life, what I know you've been designed to do, you are the plot twist. That's what I'm convinced of that today. I'm convinced of that. You're the plot twist. You change everything in your bloodline. What you're going to do and what you're going to accomplish, it doesn't matter who did it before you. It doesn't matter who hasn't done it before you. That's what I'm convinced of tonight. You are the plot twist. And what's inside of you, that supernatural ability, is going to trump every single lie. It's going to trump every single idea. You're going to become who you've been designed to become because you're going to believe it. You're going to see yourself there, living where you're supposed to live. Yeah, driving what you're supposed to drive, being who you're supposed to be. You're gonna see that. Can I tell you right now, I'm living somewhere that I spoke 10 years ago. Somebody just sent me a clip of me standing on the stage talking about how one day I will live in this house that was on the top of a mountain or the top of a hill. Can I tell you, just 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, I closed on this house sitting on the top of the doggone hill. How the heck did that happen? I believe I saw myself there. I knew I would live there. Nothing else could convince me of anything else. I knew I would live there. And it took me 10 years, but who the hell cares? I'm here. It took me 10 years to be here, but I'm here. What if it took you 10 years? The key is that you see yourself there and you embrace the moment. You maximize the moment so you can be where you want to be. I have a dream car that my wife wanted. 10 years ago, I said on the same video, I said I would have that car for my wife. Did I buy the car just last week? Yes. Yes. She's driving her dream car right now. Why? Because I saw it 10 years ago. So then nothing could convince me. And I'm not going to move. I got to say this to you, and then I'm out of here. You got to stop comparing yourself to everybody else. It doesn't matter how long you've been at whatever position you've been at. It doesn't matter how long you've been on the journey that you've been on with trading that you've been on. You got to make a decision, man, that you're going to be who you're supposed to be. Can I tell y'all something? I'm sick of Platinum 2000. Doggone sick of it. Do you hear me? Tired of it. I don't want to see it no more. But what I understand is that in order for me to get there, man, I got to maximize the moment that I'm in right now. And I'm not going to compare myself to people who are next to me, people who are around me, who I feel like got to certain places faster. My journey is my journey. I'm embracing my moment. I'm going to go through my journey because here are the facts. Hear it on record today. You're looking at a Chairman 100. You're looking at one right now, staring at you. You're looking at one right now. Why? It is going to happen. I'm convinced that it's going to happen. And just like I saw it 10 years ago, I'll be living where I'm living. I'll be driving what I'm driving. I see where I'm going to be, and it's going to happen because I believe it, and I'm going to maximize the moment. What the heck are you about to do for the next 10 days? You're going to complain? You're going to whine like a baby? Or you're going to get up and do something? I lied. Here's the last thing. There's this guy named Jeremiah. And Jeremiah was having this conversation with God. And God comes to Jeremiah and say, hey, this is what you're going to do. I'm going to have you do X, Y, and Z. Jeremiah came back and said, hey, I cannot do this because X, Y, and Z. Jeremiah came with an excuse. God's response to Jeremiah was, do not say. In other words, in the Sherman Dumas version, shut up. Tell your excuses to shut up. If you've been designed to do it, shut up the excuses. Shut up the excuses. You're supernatural. Shut up the excuses. I didn't finish school. Shut up. I don't have a man. Shut up. I don't have a woman. Shut up. Nobody really wants to work with me. Shut up. My whole business retracted. I was at one place and now I'm another one. Shut up. Make a decision that the goal is the goal and you're going to get it done no matter what, and nothing is going to stop you from doing it. I want to remind you before I give it back to the man let me tell you, you are supernatural. You got grace, supernatural ability. Let's get it done. 10 days to win. Let's win big. Back to you, Riyadh. Thank you for the opportunity.
Sheesh. I need everybody to light the chat box up. Go ahead and light the chat box up. That was some just heat. That was just ridiculous. Man, you heard how many times he threw that word supernatural around and how he said that all your results are supernatural? Don't that sound like the affirmations that we had at the top of the year? Right? My results in every area of my life are supernatural because I was created to be supernatural. And I love what he just talked about with Jeremiah, because right after God told Jeremiah to shut up, he told him to look out and tell him what he saw. He told him what he saw. And right after Jeremiah told God what he saw, you want to know what God said to him? For you have seen well. I'm now ready to perform my word. You see how this stuff just keep coming back around and it just keep confirming itself? God tells him to shut up. And then he says, tell me what you see. He tells him what he sees. And he says, for you've seen well. I'm now ready to perform my word. So again, I'm here to tell you that he's about to perform his word in his life, but you got to understand the moment that you're in. I love that he talked about that. Understand the moment that you're in. And then I love what he said about honoring the moment that you're in. See, most people, because they don't understand the moment that they're in, they can't even honor where they're at. That's why self-awareness is so important. We don't perform to the level of our ability. We perform to the level of our awareness. So every single day, it's about increasing your awareness. And you increase your awareness through personal self-development and through experiences. The more you grow, the more your level of awareness goes up. The more experiences you have, the more your level of awareness goes up. And then I love what he said about embracing the moment, embracing it, taking action wherever you are right now. Take action in spite of. Think accurately in spite of where you are. Embrace the moment because you're a pioneer. And you're not just any type of pioneer. You're a supernatural pioneer. So every single result that you get, it's going to be supernatural, and you're designed to win. You just got to believe it. So Sherman, we thank you. We appreciate you. Families, have an amazing week. We got one more week, one more Monday. Next week is the last Monday call of the year, man. So let's go out with a bang. Remember, how you start something is going to be based on how you finish the previous thing, right? So if you want 2021 to be your year, it's going to be based on what momentum you take with you, based on how you close 2020. So you got 10 days left. Let's make it happen. Sherman, we love you. The call was amazing. And we'll see you guys at the bank. God bless.